our talk on the case for discipleship. We are on part number 15. Now, check this out. You notice that as soon as the church was born in the book of Acts of the Apostles, something interesting happened. As soon as the church came together and 3,000 people got saved, the church became one family, literally. They actually brought all their money together. They were eating together. They were literally doing life together, right? And so they became very comfortable doing life together, where people were bringing their money and they were sharing among themselves. In other words, they were doing life literally together. Now, that is the environment with which real discipleship happened, because discipleship is actually spiritual parenting, where you are able to have spiritual supervision 24/7, and where impartation, where all of the right things that must come into your spiritual life is given. But we cannot do that now, right? Because we it's not just practically possible. But the way we ensure that something similar is happening is through small and live groups. You understand? The truth is that the distance between the pulpit and the pew cannot be a personal relationship. The pastor speaks to the entire congregation. So you cannot relate to the pulpit on that level. And so the way we get discipled is when we come into smaller groups. And these smaller groups are critical for your wellness. Do you understand that? And so the truth is that you are not a product of the church you go to. You are the product of the immediate 3 or 4 people that surrounds your life, right? Because that is how life is designed. The environment you find yourself in is what determines your destiny. All right, so in every church that want to ensure discipleship, they go for stronger, smaller groups to make sure that these smaller groups, they are tailored to meet the spiritual needs of God's people, and to also bring them to the next level of their spirituality. You understand that? Now, without a healthy space where you can get your needs met on a deeper level, you will fall into a lot of things. Let me be frank with you. People smoke weed, people do drugs, people sleep around like they have lost their mind. People do all kinds of things simply because they don't belong to any healthy group that can meet their needs. So we are left on our own, and we are using scary and negative coping mechanisms. Do you understand? Right? When I joined a church for the first time and I saw a lot of the girls that were gossiping, I just realized that they lack their needs being met. So they use gossip to feel needed. So smaller groups in the church where the team has been equipped to minister to the need and bring pastoral care to the people is how you do life. If we live Christians, we will have co-worker friends, we'll have friends who have different ideologies and philosophies, and that is our lives. So the takeaway today is that your life is a product of the immediate people that surrounds you. And discipleship is how we bring Christ to surround you in the midst of the right people. So every Christian, your goal is to find yourself among not just Christian friends, but Christian friends who are on the discipleship journey. And that can only happen if the church that you guys belong to, they are particular on discipleship, and they have trained and equipped people on how to bring need. The deepest part of you will never be satisfied unless it is being kind of taken care of by somebody who knows how to speak to you, how to talk to you when you are down, how to give you clarity, how to give you direction, how to challenge you, how to cause you. And let me say this to close. The whatever motivated me to start this 50 part was the story on TikTok of a woman that was married to this pathological liar. Right now, one of the things that small group and life groups does to people is that you are protected in your everyday life. That any church that is into smaller groups, you can count the number of toxic marriages. It will be very less. Because when you have such a healthy group on your day-to-day life, it's impossible for you to fall for a stupid person. It's impossible for you to fall for a dangerous person who will destroy you, because your life group already satisfies you as a person. So loneliness is not part of your life, because your life group is challenging you to believe bigger things, and they are coming around you to meet your deepest need. So to fall for a stupid guy, to fall for something scary will not happen. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what discipleship brings to our lives. So it brings our deepest need and also challenge us for us to throw our deepest kind of sins away. So discipleship is a key. I am telling you. You can never belong to a healthy discipleship group and be a side chick of a rich guy. So because that's where life is. The gathering of the saints is not where life is. The details, how you pay your bills, how you move around, how you deal with stress, all of that area is where sin is used, right? People don't sin because they are sinful. Some people sin because that's how they live. Do you understand that? Because they don't belong to a healthy environment. We all say charity begins at home. Holiness begins at cell groups. Holiness begins at discipleship group. You understand that? And so that is really what it is. I'm telling you, a lot of guys are addicted to pornography, and the time they do porn is when they are alone and they don't know what to do. Do you see that? And when you belong to a life group, these life group men that you are part of, they are able to minister to those areas of need. Because some people use sin as a coping mechanism, right? The emptiness and the anxiety and the problem, they use masturbation to get. A lot of guys cannot sleep until they masturbate. You see that? So this is a sign of a deeper need. Do you see what I'm trying to say? And when you plug into these life groups and the people that are part of those discipleship groups, if they know what they're doing, then they'll be able to bring you that deeper level of help. And even if it means deliverance and all of that, they will bring it to you.